Hello and welcome to this short tutorial on Rapid Intake Authoring Basics on how to edit the project settings. My name is Jeff Batt and I'll be guiding you through this tutorial. In this project, in this training, we're gonna talk about editing your project settings after a course or a project has already been created. So we'll talk about going in there, editing the course settings, and then changing different elements and seeing what you can change within the project settings. And some of the things that you can do that we'll show you is how to change the course title if you end up changing the course title later. Also how to change out the course interface if you decide that you need another interface, or let's say you have a custom interface that just finished and you want to swap out to that custom interface, you can do that as well. And you can do that for both Flash and mobile, and I'll show you how to do that. And then we'll talk about using a course logo within your course style and how to get the course logo looking at the correct size, and how to make sure that that's updated. And also we'll talk about being able to show and hide different user interface buttons. For example, if you don't have a glossary within a course, how to hide the glossary button. So that's what we'll talk about in this course. So let's go ahead and jump right into the authoring tool. And I already have a course started here, so I'm going to go ahead and just click on Build, Modify the Course. But if you don't have a course started, you'll need to create a project, which we showed in my last tutorial. But in this case, I'm just going to click on Build and Modify the Course, and it will launch the authoring side of the course. I already have one page in here to begin with. We're not going to talk about pages or topics or building courses within this video. If you need to review that, you can review a different video. But we're going to be talking about the edit course settings up on the top of the authoring tab here. If I click on edit course settings, it'll pull up with the course settings that I can change inside of the authoring tool. Now it takes me through a step-by-step interface, and so I can change these different elements in different steps. And the first step is changing the course title. So if you decide I don't want that course title, or let's go ahead and just remove a certain part of it, I can do that and then just go on to the next step. So that's the first thing. If that's all I wanted to do, I can just come down to the bottom right hand side and click on Update Course. But if I decide that I want to switch out to a different style, then I can just select from the drop down box to a different style. It'll give me a little preview, and you'll notice that where it says Update Style Files, what that does is it actually takes all of your files for the style that are existing inside of this project, and it removes the ones from your old style and it places in the new style. So if you ever update a custom style or something like that, then you'll want to click on Update Style Files here and then come down to Update Course. Or that also makes sure that you have all the files in case something got deleted on the server. It's just a good way to make sure you have all the files running inside of your course. So that's how you switch out the Flash side. If you wanted to switch out the mobile side, you can do the same thing by going to step number 3. If this is a Flash and mobile course. If it's a Flash only course, then you'll only see one course style, but if it's a Flash and mobile course, you'll see both. In this case, I can go ahead and drop down the box here and then select a different style, and then we'll also have enable or update style files here as well. And then the next step is the course logo. Now the course logo allows me to brand any of the styles that I may have with my own company logo. If I click on this browse icon, it'll pull up with a media manager with all of my images. And so if I don't have my logo uploaded here yet, I'll need to click on upload new image, browse for media, and then go find my image on my desktop. If I already have the my logo here, let me see if I can type in logo. And then it will pull up with my logo, and I can select the logo and then click on Insert Selected, and that will insert the logo for this course. If I click on Next Step, I can now go to my course preferences, and this allows me to hide or show different buttons on the user interface. So if I don't have a glossary for this course, then I want to make sure that I uncheck where it says Show Glossary Button. If I uncheck that, that means when the learner actually comes to this, whether it be for mobile or Flash, it will not show the glossary button. If I have that checked, it will show the glossary button. So depending on if you want a glossary button to show or not, this is where you would show it or you would hide it, just simply by checking it to show it or unchecking it to hide it. And same goes with the narration button, with the audio button, with the exit button, with the eLearning Studio logo. If you have, powered by Unison or powered by eLearning Studio, you can change that out. If it's showing there, you can just simply uncheck it. Include page numbering as well. If you don't want there to be a page number, quiz question numbers as well, or show TOC and on mouse over. When you hover over the mouse, it'll show the entire title. If you want that shown, which it is checked by default, then you want to make sure that that's checked. Here's where you can also adjust the page transition. Now this is for every single page transition, so if you want there to be a fade in between every single page, then you would select fade. If you want there to be a transition direction, transition time. Now transition direction only applies to anything like swipe or zoom, and so you can have that the direction in a certain location coming from the right, from the left, from the top. And then transition time is how long that transition actually takes, which none of these two things will actually apply if you select none. But if you have fade, wipe, zoom, or random, then these will actually take into place. Now we'll cover tracking properties in a different tutorial, but when you're just building a course, it's best to even leave these set as none, so not to worry about that until you're actually ready to deploy the course. When you're ready to deploy the course, then you can come in here and set tracking, course completion, use page complete, auto navigation, stuff like that. But for development mode, it's best just to leave those set as blank and just to go ahead and click on update course. And when you click on update course, it'll automatically update your files. And then you can go ahead and anything that if you chose a different style, all of the rapid intake pages will automatically adapt to the new style. So now that that's done updating the course style files, I can go ahead and preview this course. And it will show me the new course style as well as the new mobile style, the new Flash and mobile style once this is done. And there it is. I have my new Flash style, the blue style instead of the black style. My page automatically adapted to the new user interface. And I also have, if I unchecked glossary, the glossary button wouldn't show there. And I can go ahead and test it out and make sure everything is working there. So that is how you edit the project settings after you've already created a project. And if you have a company logo, it would show up in this company logo area. And so we'll talk about actually resizing the logo and making sure you have the logo updated to the correct size in a different tutorial.